God, I just came across the weirdest, most disgusting, strange, gross, pretty much any negative word you could think of, conversation I have ever seen. And it is really rubbing me the wrong way, man. It's also super alarming. The most alarming text conversation I've ever read without an actual threat being in it. And I'm sure there are text conversations or texts that are way worse than this, but I don't scour the internet for this stuff, guys. So this, to me, is the worst one that I've seen. Also, what the hell is this on Twitter? What is Grok? Premium Plus subscribers can now use our most advanced AI Grok on X. What the hell? Okay, that was a weird little side thing I just saw, but basically I learned this from Twitter, where I basically get all my information nowadays. Ruby Rose put out this tweet saying, I ran into my number one spender on OnlyFans. And let me tell you right now, there is no way, there's no possible way she ran into this guy, right? There's no way she just randomly ran into her number one spender on OnlyFans. That's really weird. And so if we look at this, this is an interesting picture. This guy looks a bit strange. I'm not going to lie. He has a shirt on that says, if I die, delete my browser history. And he's got glasses that look like a camera on the side. He just looks like an addict right off the bat. I'm not going to lie. It's not a good look. But then we look at his OnlyFans profile, I guess. I'm not really sure how this website works, but it says that he's been subscribed to Ruby Rose for 1 month and he spent $62K, which I was so blown by. How do you have that much money, right? How do you have that much money, and how do you give that much money to somebody you don't even know? And that's what it is at the end of the day. These two don't know each other at all, right? So apparently, and I'm not sure why she would do this. I think this is really stupid. But, for some reason, she gave this guy her phone number. And to be fair, maybe she was thinking like, oh, he gave me $60,000. The least I can do is, give him my phone number. But she definitely didn't realize how much of a freak this guy is, how creepy he is. Because basically he starts off the conversation and he texted this on Friday, which is the same day that they quote unquote ran into each other. He was totally scouting out where she was going to be. He was scouting it. Oh my God. It's so creepy how people can do that. But anyway, he says, what you doing tonight? And then she didn't answer. And so the next day, he says, why aren't you answering me? I thought we had a genuine connection. Ruby, why aren't you answering me? I've invested so much money into our relationship, which again is such a creepy thing to say. It's so alarming because these two do not know each other at all. He only knows her through social media, and through social media, it's very difficult to understand how a person really is, and I don't think you know what a person is really like off of social media, more or less just off of OnlyFans pictures. I think that is so crazy, because he's not in love with her if he's subscribed to her OnlyFans, right? He's in love with her body at the end of the day. And that's so weird for him to be like, I've invested so much money into our relationship, when they don't have a relationship. Their relationship is he gives money to her, she takes the money. That's as far as their relationship goes. It doesn't go any more than that. And then he keeps on going. He keeps on going. He says, I'm in love with you. Why won't you love me? I would do anything for you. I would fly anywhere to be with you. All that I can ever think of is you. There's not a single other person in the world as perfect as you are. You could be my queen and I could be your king. I got to expand this real quick because I can't really read it. He says, I would give you anything you could ever wish for. We can even have a one-sided open relationship where you can do whatever you want as long as I know that at the end of the day you come home to me and are only with me. Oh, this is another level of down bad. This is so alarming. Imagine if you got this text from somebody you don't even know, a complete stranger. He says, I have never felt this way about anyone. I want to marry you. I want to have a family with you. I want to only be with you. I would quit everything and give up everything just for you. This is so scary. And then, if I play the whole video here, look, it just never ends. He's saying, Ruby, why are you ignoring me? Baby, please answer me. I even spent $30,000 more dollars. Please answer me. I'll give you $400K right now. And then look at this. He says, surprise, what do you think? And it is a tattoo of Ruby Rose's face on his body. Oh, I could not believe this. I cannot believe this looking at it right now. He even says, I have a surprise to show you my commitment. I know you'll love it. It's so alarming. Like I said, this is the most alarming text, like scary text. You need to get a restraining order text I have ever seen without it being an actual threat. I feel like, honestly, if he just put one text that said, I'm going to find where you live, Ruby, and I'm going to, KILL, I don't think I can say that on YouTube, but if he said that, if he said he was going to do that to her, I feel like that would be less alarming than this is. This is absolutely horrifying. This is an insane level of obsession. And so basically people did research into this guy, and apparently he has connections with the Juice WRLD. He knew Juice WRLD personally, which was like, what the fuck? And then also, apparently this guy was on a show like 10 years ago talking about his porn addiction. And apparently back then, and obviously you can tell this guy has a porn addiction because that's fucking insane. I personally hold the belief, and I feel like you'd have to be kind of crazy to not agree with me here. I feel like if you were to spend money on any woman's OnlyFans, you have to have some level of porn addiction, right? I feel like that's absolute insanity. It's something that I would never do, but I know a lot of people do it, and I feel like you have to have, to a degree, a level of porn addiction to do that, because that is pretty crazy in and of itself. But anyway, yeah, that I guess TV show he went on 10 years ago, basically talking about how he had a porn addiction, he said that he probably watches porn for... this is so gross for me to say. Like, this actually hurts my head. He said he probably watches it for about 5 to 10 hours per day. That is a lot. 5 to 10 hours of anything is a lot. People are in school for fucking 8 hours a day. This guy watches it for maybe longer than that a day. Oh my God. And it's really alarming. I never really knew until recently what porn can do to people that watched it for so long. And I think what happens is people chase like a high off of it. It's kind of like a high, right? Like they keep going more extreme because what they liked before doesn't like do anything for them maybe 2 years later. So they find something else, and it just gets crazier and crazier to the point where you're someone like this guy and you spend $60,000 or I guess $100,000 on one girl, and then you act like she's your girlfriend. Oh man, fucking scary. That is so fucking scary. If anyone sent me messages like this, I would be scared to go to sleep at night. I would be terrified. This person knows everything about me, knows where I live, like knows where I stay, all that stuff. That is so alarming. But oh man, I genuinely hope this guy gets help. I hope he goes to see it maybe at like a therapist or something, because this is really alarming. I don't know if it's possible for porn addiction to get like this with everyone, but it's so alarming that it can happen to a few people, and it's very scary. But yeah, this is all I pretty much wanted to talk about. I really just couldn't believe this. Because I knew porn addiction was a real thing, I didn't really know what it entailed until looking at this guy and seeing that 10 years ago he had an addiction where he watched it for 5 to 10 hours a day. That blows my fucking mind. 5 to 10, I mean, even just, let's do the low number. Even 5 hours a day doing anything is a long period of time. You only have 24 hours in a day. And so also when I heard about this, I was like, okay, you allegedly watch it for 5 to 10 hours a day, as he says himself, right? And he's pretty much made porn his whole personality. It's honestly so gross and so alarming. But you watch it, you say for 5 to 10 hours a day, that's half of the day. How do you have $100,000 to spend on a woman? How do you have that much money? So apparently this guy got really rich through crypto. Apparently he hit it big or something. Maybe he bought Bitcoin really low, and I don't know what the price of Bitcoin is now, like 40,000 or something like that. So he probably hit it big with crypto, or not probably, he did hit it big with crypto. I don't know what exactly he hit it big with, but it was something in crypto. And yeah, he has not spent his money very wisely, that's for sure, if he's spending 100K on Ruby Rose. But, for Ruby Rose, congratulations. Congratulations, you got a lot of money out of this. That's good for you. But at the same time, you got probably the creepiest OnlyFans spender ever, at least from what I've seen. But yeah, I just wanted to talk about this for a bit. And I hope y'all have a good rest of your day, man. Don't watch porn too much, please. Don't turn into this guy. That is so alarming, and it's really scary. When I see stuff like this, and I see how creepy men can be, men that have watched a lot of porn, how creepy they can be, I really worry about, like, the next generation. I'm not going to lie. That's something I thought about when I saw this. I really worry about the next generation because porn is so accessible nowadays, and so many people see that stuff. I think porn addiction, honestly, is going to be a really big issue down the line. I don't know. Maybe I'm overreacting. I hope I am. But, like 20 years ago, people would never see, titties unless it was like in their face, like in real life. But nowadays, I mean, you can go on the internet and you can see like 100 different like naked women in fucking, I don't know, 5 minutes, maybe less than that. And I think that's really damaging, honestly. Because I just worry about it. It's just something I think about sometimes. And yeah, especially with this guy, it really opened my eyes that, okay, you can go from doing something really normal, like, I don't know, watching just something normal, you know what I mean, to watching something a little more extreme, maybe different, to more extreme, to more extreme, to more extreme, and to where you get like this, and you kind of look at women like a sexual object. That's the vibe I get from reading Brandon's texts. Because he says he like knows her, he loves her so much, he's in a relationship with her. When he doesn't know her, he just knows her body. And I don't even know if Ruby Rose posts naked pictures on OnlyFans. I don't think she does. I think it's just like bikini posts and shit like that. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. But I mean, even if she did post naked pictures, it's like you don't know her. You just know her body. So it's just really scary for the next generation. I hope it's not as bad as I'm, making it out to be. I don't want to alarm anybody, but that's just something I've been thinking about lately. And yeah, but all right, guys, thanks for watching.